Hello, ladies and gents, you are not late. This is my part in the first ever DK Vine community livestream, The Great Ape Relay. This is a multi-day community event where we'll all be taking turns playing sections of Donkey Kong Country 2 Diddy's Kong Quest. And no, Leaf Storm, this is not, in fact, another test. Welcome to E3 2018. Oh no, does the title still talk about E3 2018? Did the title change work? Oh god, I hope it worked. Oh, as usual, asking the chat is gonna take a minute. So, the title should talk about the DK Vine Great Ape Relay. If it still says E3 2018, obviously there's a little bit of a problem. Just gonna let the demo play while we make sure that we're in the right place here. But in any case, is the stream health okay? Does everything? Ah, yeah, Cartoon Gamer 8000. Howdy. So, title's right. Title's good. Okay, good. For those of you who weren't here, about half an hour ago, I was doing a mic test playing this game, and basically I tried to hit start recording, but obviously I missed and hit start streaming. And the last time I'd streamed anything, I was doing sort of a post E3 2018 podcast talking mostly about Smash Brothers. So of course immediately there were a bunch of people in the chat asking like, "Hey, I didn't know. Do you mean 2019? It's not E3." Oh, how I wish that Donkey Kong Country 2 could have been at E3 2018. Anyway, once again, what's going on here? This is my leg in the first ever DK Vine Great Ape Relay. Throughout this week, who's who of DK Vine community members. Yeah, it lasted 2 minutes. A who's who of DK Vine community members are playing their own individual sections of this game, and mine is tonight, and mine is for Krazy Kremland. And you can see here they've been playing on file 2, which is very appropriate. So let's see here. And immediately I've run into an infamous problem with DKC2. That being that I need to get 2 banana coins in order to even make it out of Krim Key. You know, the funny thing about Krim Key is way back, like 5 years ago, when TGC was primarily a Let's Play channel, like, you know, before I did videos the way that I do now. One of the games that we played back then was DKC2. And I love this game, but Krim Key is probably my least favorite world in it overall. So, of course, when we recorded for this one, we, okay, there's one. We just got new recording equipment or something, and for some reason, like, we played through the entire world, and we did our commentary, and we were super hyped up, because, you know, doing a Let's Play, you tend to get the adrenaline going. And then we noticed that we had not been recording the entire thing. So we did the only thing we could do. We immediately replayed it again, and this time the file got corrupted. So 5 years ago, I had to play through Krim Key 3 times in a row, and as much as it was like my least favorite world and one of my favorite games before, it has been even more so since. All right, 2 banana coins. There we go. I appreciate that, Darth Reggie. Reggie? Why'd I say Reggie? Man. Alright, Krazy Kremland. Now I'm to the part where I'm actually, this is what I'm actually supposed to be doing. So, now one thing that's different about this is that, for me, versus how I usually play this game, is that we're going for 102% completion in this relay. And that means that I need to actually get to the bonus stage, like do all the bonus stages and get all the video game hero coins that are officially not called DK coins. And the DK Vine community is very, very specific about that. And what's different about that for me is that, you know, sort of given my history with given what you might know about me, like, normally when I play this game, I just speed through everything as fast as I can. I do not take the time to collect everything. So this is actually the first time since I made the Donkey Kong Country videos for the original trilogy back in early 2015 that I'm actually, like, I'm going to be trying to get everything in this world. And I do hope that I remember where it all is. I think I'll be alright because when I was a kid, like, my standard way to play this was just get everything, even if I'd already got it before. So I feel like I'll be alright, but I may miss something and have to go back. And I'm sorry if, I guess now that I've set up what's going on here, I'll start paying attention to the chat a little bit. And immediately, as I'm talking about missing a bonus stage, you guys are pointing out that I missed a bonus stage, and yeah, I think I know what I did. I didn't drop down at the beginning of the level, did I? That's okay. Cartoon Gamer says he refers to them as DK coins and you can't stop him. Yeah, so I always forget about this one. Man, I feel like trying to talk and do this at the same time is going to make this even more difficult. So I got this one, but yeah, if you drop down here, there's another cave right here. Wow, Leaf Storm says that the only rare game he's ever played is Mickey's Racing Adventure on the Game Boy. That's fascinating. I doubt there are too many people where that's the only rare game they've played. Okay. Got the two at the start of this level now. Need to kind of, like... I need to try to split the difference more. I don't really live stream too much. And I feel like this is a game that, you know, I just sort of play for fun quite a bit. I often describe this as like one of those evergreen games for me where like I'll just pick up and play it while I'm doing other things. Like when I'm on like a podcast episode, I might pick this game up just to have something to do while I'm talking. I'm good at like babbling incessantly while playing this game. The problem is like I may tend to, if I'm not like focusing on what I'm doing, go into autopilot and start missing the bonus stages again. And that would be very unfortunate. Anyway, I want to thank DK Vine for, and the organizers who put this together for, you know, inviting me to participate in the relay. Really, really cool to do that, and I'm happy to help out. It does seem like a pretty awesome idea, just sort of having a week-long event where you play through a section, where everybody takes turns playing through a section of the game. Let's see, Ethan Vania wants to know what my least favorite Metroid game is. Oh, that's easy, that's Other M. But, if we can, like, I'm not saying I'm not gonna, like, answer questions about other things, but if we can sort of, especially since this is an official DK Vine event, if we can keep sort of the discussion focused around Donkey Kong, I think that'd be good. So I'm gonna try to answer questions related to that. And I believe there is the third bonus stage in this level right up here. I know speedrunners, yeah, they'll kind of do the squitter platforms like this. And I mean, I can do that, it just seems a little dangerous to me. Let's see, how do you feel about a retro-made remake of the original DKC trilogy? Well, I'm gonna try my speedrun strats here. Yeah, this isn't working out for me. Oh, there you go. There you go. That would be great and all, but I feel like retro maybe like I mean, not that we've seen anything from Retro Studios since Tropical Freeze, so it's been quite a while now. But I feel like after doing Returns and Tropical Freeze, it would be a little weird if Retro Studios was the one tasked to remake it. Especially because, you know, Returns and Tropical Freeze are pretty thematically different from the original series. Not that I'd be at all opposed to a remake of the original games, but I don't know, I kind of feel like Donkey Kong specifically is kind of, like, moved past the need for a remake. I feel, but maybe that's my bias. Maybe I just feel like these games hold up just fine as they are. Sean Tolley asks what my favorite level is in DKC2. Yeah, it's probably Bramble Scramble, and I'll explain more about that when I get there. But, as is my, you know, as usual, I really love, like, anything like this, the casino levels, the, like, I love the casino levels in Sonic, and I love, these stages in DKC2. Especially the soundtrack, as you may have heard me muttering about when I was doing the test stream earlier. And this is a stage where it's going to be actually very difficult for me to to pay any attention to the chat, since I'm always automatically moving forward. And I just reminded myself, okay, let's get the bonus levels. There we go. This bonus level in particular, where you have to jump up off the track into it, like, when I started, like, trying to play the game, and I realized I generally enjoyed playing it more, just running through all the stages as fast as I could, it took me a long time to unlearn the habit I had where I would just automatically jump into that bonus stage every time. So I'm glad I remembered it this time. I saw somebody ask if I'd be interested in a DK Jungle Beat 2. And, I mean, sure. Yeah, it'd be a little weird at this point to, like, I guess the question is, would it be worth having a sequel to Jungle Beat, or even a remake of Jungle Beat, without the DK bongos? And I don't really think that would be particularly likely, especially because it's not like Jungle Beat is this beloved, legendary, like, game that people are super nostalgic for. And once again, I'm proud of myself for remembering this bonus stage. Or not so much remembering the bonus stage was down here. The thing about this game is, I was so young when I played it that, like, it's kind of, like, most aspects of it are kind of burned into my memory. And, not just that, but I was always, like, in the days before there was, like, all this internet content, and before you could go online and, like, read everything about every game, what I would, like, something I would read and reread constantly tended to be those, like, strategy guides and tip books, and we're gonna go for it, and we're gonna fail. There's a hidden one-up right there. I always go for it, and I get it about half the time. Alright, let's see. Would you ever want another Donkey Kong 64 style game that had the decency to greatly reduce the collectibles and backtracking? Yeah, no, I think I said this all the way back in the DK64 episode, but I think it is absolutely the case that a 3D Donkey Kong game could be done, and could be done right. It wouldn't necessarily, like, I don't think it would it's necessarily a good idea for it to follow sort of the DK64 formula of having, like, that many playable characters. But a game that kind of emphasizes the ambience of the original trilogy in particular, done in 3D and sort of does more of an exploration aspect, that could be absolutely, like, a really phenomenal fit for the series, and also sort of deliver on an aspect of Donkey Kong Country that the Returns and Tropical Freeze didn't miss out on, but just felt a little bit different about, if that makes any sense. The word that DK Vine itself always uses, and the word that I picked up on for my own videos, was bombastic. the 2D retro games are bombastic in comparison to the originals. So yeah, having a slower paced 3D Donkey Kong game could be a lot of fun. I saw a question I wanted to answer a little while back. There it is. Do you think DKC's art style is best played on a CRT? Actually, yeah. I've, a couple months ago, I got this absolute behemoth of a CRT, and I've been setting it up and having a lot of fun with it. And of all the games I've tried out, I think Donkey Kong Country really, really does look a whole lot better on a CRT and holds up a lot better. Like, for example, I don't know, like, how good the stream quality is, but if you look at, like, Diddy's hat, it almost always has some, like, stray white pixels around it, but on a CRT, those just blend together. Like, I don't normally... I'm not doing it now because, you know, I usually just try to go for pixel perfect games when I'm, like, streaming or recording or anything. But, I do that normally, too. Like, my standard way to do it is just to have no filters or anything on. But with DKC, sometimes I will actually turn on, like, a scanline filter sometimes. And this is like the one series where I've ever thought that looked better, when emulating. Let's see. A lot of people asking about Sonic Advance. So I guess I'll talk about that for a minute. Yeah, my next video series will be on Sonic Advance 1, 2, and 3. Okay. By the way, I haven't missed anything, have I? I know I got the bonus stage at the start of the level with the invincibility. I know I just got the DK coin. Sorry, video game hero coin. I think I'm on track. But yeah, once again, I'm generally trying to keep the topic of conversation on Donkey Kong. And I did say I wanted to talk about this level, so let me do that now. This world in particular, Krazy Kremland, I specifically, like, requested, hey, if this world is available, then I'd like to be the one to play it. And that's because this world really carries, like, more specific memories, and, like, the whole game obviously is something really special to me, but this world in particular, like, I remember, I think the reason I remember it so well is because there's such a difficulty spike through this world, I say as I run into something. This is the point where the game really starts. I'm gonna stop here for a minute so I can finish my point. The game kind of stops playing around right here. And as a result, my friends and I, back in, like, the early 1996, we were stuck here for what seems in my memory like months. Like, I remember in Target Terror, there were parts that I was better at, there were parts that my friends were better at, and we would hand off the controller to each other, attempting to get it done. And then, of course, when we finally got through Target Terror, we got to Bramble Scramble, and it was even more difficult. But over the course of... And, you know, when I play it now, like, I can get through this level without really even paying attention to it or thinking about it. And I guess the reason that this game means so much to me, and the reason that this song means so much to me, and the reason that I love this stage so much is because it kind of, like, represents what I really love about gaming in a very direct and very nostalgic and in a way that's very meaningful to me. Where you just keep, like, running your head against this obstacle, and it seems like I remember seeing these stages in like those strategy guides and thinking, man, I am so far away. I'm never going to be able to get there. I felt like I was never going to be good enough to get there. And over the course of playing through it over and over and over again, like, I was eventually able to beat it, and I was eventually able to excel at it, and that's, like, getting better at something and feeling like you can accomplish something is kind of, like, difficult to come by for a geeky kid who's in, like, 2nd grade. Like, feeling like I can overcome an obstacle myself, and that my friends and I were all struggling together to do this is just so freaking special to me. So that's why I love Bramble Scramble so much. That's why I love this game so much. Okay, have I been getting this? Okay, got everything in Bramble Scramble, got everything in Target Terror, and Hornet Hole. So if you don't know, on this map screen here, when you get all the bonus stages, you get an exclamation point after the level, and then the hero coin, the DK coin. But the hero coin shows up if you've gotten it too. So I am on track so far. And the other funny thing about Krazy Kremland is that, like, once we got good enough, and once I got good enough to finish these stages, like, the entire rest of the game seemed like such a comparative cakewalk to me. Like, I don't remember struggling nearly as much with the rest of the game once we finish this world. And yeah, Bramble Scramble is definitely much better than Bramble Blast. And once again, I'm not going to be able to pay attention to the chat for a little while. So it's kind of unfortunate that I just told a whole very personal story. So this level is Rickety Race, and the way that this works is... You see those flashing flags that keep coming on screen? Like, in this stage, unlike the last roller coaster stage, you can actually hold forward to accelerate and go faster. And you have to try to, like, you can finish the level without, like, killing any of these guys. But as you kill them, and as you get ahead of them, you get items. And, getting the hero coin in this stage means that you'll have to come in first. I really hope we're not going for trying to get all the Kong letters. The game doesn't track that, and it's not necessary for 102%, so I'm guessing not. Somebody said DKC2 is the best Metroidvania and the best racing game at the same time. Alright, but this isn't required for 102% completion either, but I'm going to go for it anyway. I'm going to do the bonus bonanza. What is the name of this area of the island? That's Krazy Kremland. What color is your parrot, buddy? Red, green, and yellow. What is the name of the two companies that produced this game in Donkey Kong Country? That was really hard. The first Wasp Hive level on this area is Hornet Hole. The Old Lady Kong is Wrinkly. And which of these items cannot be found at Clubber's kiosk? Ah, picture of K-Roll. And the hardest difficulty. The Snake Buddy's name. Well, despite what Nintendo would tell you, his name is Rattly. R-A-T-T-L-Y, not L-E-Y. Mario Odyssey, get it straight. What color waistcoat does Cranky Kong wear? In this game, it's green. Which of the enemies have you not seen yet during this area of the island? That would be Cat o' Nine Tails. Somebody said, dude, no, I can't unsee the white pixel on Diddy. I apologize. Somebody asked, is there a remote chance for a critique on the Monster Hunter series? I kinda doubt it. I kinda said my piece on it in the 3DS episode, in that, like, I liked it well enough and I saw the appeal in it, but, like, after about 40 hours, I'm just... I've had enough of it. Jeff Onan calls for a DKVine.com roll call. So, any DK Viners in the chat? Call yourselves out. This isn't the level where... No. There's a March level where you go back, where you need to go backwards at first to find everything, but this isn't it. So this is the Cat o' Nine Tails. I always felt like his coloring was a little bit of a Sonic reference. It's a strange color. This is that is not the only thing in this game that makes Sonic look like a loser, though. The console wars of the '90s were still burning brightly at this point. Definitive Dubs keeps asking, how do you like your bananas, green or a bit ripe? Usually when I buy bananas, I make it a point to buy green ones, but that's not because I like them that way. That's just because like they'll last longer. Typically, like I almost always have a stock of like to have a stock of bananas in the kitchen, but I'm not necessarily the kind of person who would eat one every day. And in this case, once again, glad I'm thinking about it. I almost wanted to just run right by this. Oh, somebody said that the Cat of Nine Tails version of Sonic was so good that they're making a film based on him. Oh boy. Hey, that would be preferable. That would be preferable to the big the big enormous calves that we're getting in the movie design. And now I'm talking about Sonic again. Oh no! Alright. Legend has it that Wise based the swamp music on Coming in the Air Tonight. Is it called Coming in the Air Tonight? Are you sure? I don't think that's right. But DK Vine used to have, or may still have, like, an actual combination, like the... What's that guy? I can't remember his name. They used to have, like this song overlaid with the one that people say it sounds like. So I may just be more familiar with whatever they titled that than what the actual song is. That happens to me a lot. Being more familiar with, like, video game parodies of popular music. Saw somebody ask... Oh, crap. Well, I'm in trouble. Hey, there we go. I was never actually in any trouble. I was just pretending so it would look more impressive when I got myself out of that situation. Okay. Oh no! I just remembered where the DK Vine is, or the DK Vine, where the where the video game hero coin is in this level. You know what? I'm just gonna stop doing that. I'm with you, Malik. I'm just gonna call it the DK coin. That's fine. If Heil can decide that he arbitrarily doesn't want to use the colon in Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, then I can decide to call this game's giant big coins with the letters DK in them DK coins. Okay, and speaking of, this is where the DK coin is. You have to time a bounce off of one of these barrels. I think I could have done it that time. And land on the target, so I'm going to focus on this. Enthralling streaming, I know. That's not it. There we go. And the chat's going crazy about DK coins represent. Visitors from Dreams is asking about the 3D models used to make the sprites in this game. Yeah, as far as anybody knows, they've been lost. I think somebody from Rare said at one point that they were stored on like some sort of discs that were prone to like bit rot or something. And I'm still on track, right? Mudhole Marsh, and Rickety Race. Yep. Okay, one level left. And that'll be Ramby Rumble. Somebody also asked a little while ago if I preferred Donkey Kong games or Sonic games. And I mean, come on, the answer there is Sonic games, but it's almost like a 1A, 1B situation to me. They were both extremely, extremely important to me, and, like, critical in my formative years of forming, like, what I... in helping me figure out and define what I like about video games. Particularly because the thing about Sonic was, when I was a kid, I was, like, way too bad at video games, and inexperienced for that matter, as a 6-year-old, to, like, actually play them well. I had a lot of fun with them when I was that young, but I never really got anywhere, at least not without a Game Genie. Like, for instance, every time I played Sonic back then, it was with a Game Genie, to the point that to this day, I can tell you that in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, the Game Genie code to make it so that super forms don't like drain rings, that's NTPTCA 50. Like, that should tell you how much I relied on the Game Genie when I was that age. And then along came Donkey Kong Country 2. And this game, I guess where it was so new, there weren't any codes that I could find like that. There wasn't any way for me to cheat at it. Like, I just had to get good at it if I wanted to get anywhere in it. And like I said earlier in Bramble Scramble, over the course of several months, that's what I did. I think the way I put it in the episode was that, like, playing Sonic back then made me want to be a gamer, but until I could do this, I felt like that's all I was, a wannabe. I've always wondered why the music changes right here. Like, it doesn't really seem like anything about the level changes. So, it's kind of weird. Kind of odd that the music would just suddenly get so much more intense, but there's probably some sort of a good reason for it. It's weird. And I think I'm still on track here. I saw somebody... Well, I'll answer that here in a second. Somebody asked about Shadow the Hedgehog. I'll get back to that once I get done with this. And yeah, the chat's saying, the bee chases you. Yeah, I know the bee chases me. I was just so fast that I didn't see it. Alright, and we're already coming to an end here. When they asked me to do this, I said something like, you know, this probably won't take too long. Is that okay? As we are going to fight the aforementioned giant bee. And I see that I've got a $10 donation from BC Media just now. I'll look at that here in just a second. Also saw a lot of people in chat saying that this game made them much more afraid of bees than they were before, and yeah, I relate to that. Okay, BC Media said, you choosing Sonic or DK is like me choosing the M404PI Academy Fighter from Chicken Invaders or the X-Wing from Star Wars. I'm picking what's in my profile picture, Heroes Academy for the win. Thank you very much, Ben Curtis. All right then. Well, the stream has already come to an end. I've been live streaming for about 34 minutes. I did want to address a few things. One was somebody asked me, and I'm going to go ahead and go in here and save my game so that I can pass it on to the next person. And let's see. Next up, tomorrow at 9 p.m. EST, it's going to be Milo and I Am Gibbon playing through Gloomy Gulch. The day after that, on Friday, January 25th, It'll be Exo Paradigm Gamer playing through K-Rool's Keep and the Flying Croc. Alter Mentality is going to be playing The Lost World the day after that. And finally, the contest winners will be announced on the 27th, hosted by Agent Ape and Memechi. There is a contest portion to this stream. 3 contests, one being audio-visual, one being art, one being writing, and the winners of each will receive custom Donkey Kong Universe neons, and the satisfaction of making something about a cool monkey game. So there's a link in the description if you guys want to check that out, or enter the contest. I hope everyone has enjoyed this, and I'm going to go ahead and talk about Shadow now. As of right now, I recently added a Discord server as part of a Patreon bonus, and we've been having a lot of fun and a lot of good discussions in there. The Patreon is currently about $140 away from hitting the Shadow milestone, and given that, I'm actually feeling very good and very confident that once the Sonic Advance season starts, we should be able to get there for it. So I'm gearing myself up to actually finish Shadow the Hedgehog for the first time ever. That's going to be fun. So, yeah, next up for me will be Sonic Advance 1, 2, and 3. Each one will get its own individual episode. Oh, Ben Curtis, another $10. Thank you very much, man. He says, before you go, are you more excited for the fan engine Project Hero or Sonic Studio? I don't really keep up a whole lot with, like, fan projects too much these days. Or really ever. I've always been a little bit more into, like, ROM hacks and things of that nature. But I will check them up. I will check both of them out. I Am Gibbon says Josh confirmed way better at this than actual TK fighters. Well, I appreciate that. And once again, thank you guys for inviting me. All right. Any more? If the chat has any more questions or wants to ask anything else or just has any more comments, let me know. Chasing Perspective says, love your videos and passion. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. I did save this, didn't I? No, I didn't. Oh, man. All right, there we go. We're at 248. With 49 Krem coins, 22 DK coins, 56%. Max Mariner says, are you having a DK-themed wedding? The wedding will probably have some DK-themed activities, yeah. I could definitely go for that. For those who don't know, since the last episode came out, I have, in fact, gotten engaged. Just Andre asks, if Sonic and DK are your first and second favorite series, then what would you say is your number 3? That's tough. Like, I feel like that's a much more nebulous question. Like, Sonic and DK are so obviously number 1 and number 2. But number 3 might be something like Super Smash Bros. I could go for that. Somebody asks, Diego G asks, any approximate date for the Sonic Advance first episode? I don't generally like to give specific dates, because everything that I do always seems to take about 8 times as long as I think it will. But I would say that I'm looking, like, especially since the script is already done and polished, I should be able to get the first episode done within the next couple of weeks. Who was the best video game character and why is it Claptrap? Max McQuaid asks, do you have any idea what your next series will be? I'm guessing you mean after Sonic Advance. Honestly, I do. I actually have no idea. There's a lot that I'm kind of looking at on the table. I've thought about doing Castlevania. Definitely want to do that before too much longer. I've thought about doing a series on Mario RPGs. So, kind of a lot of things. A lot of things on the table. That's just 2 examples. I could do Banjo-Kazooie. Max Mariner says Josh is marrying other M. Samus, you guys. That's not quite accurate, but I see where you're coming from. I am, in fact, getting married to the person who did the Samus voice in my other M episode. Cameron Regal says he's going to have enough trouble affording the 50 wedding rings it will take to hold the reception in the special zone. And with that, I think... I don't think I could make a better joke than that. Thank all of you... So I want to thank everyone here for watching. Thanks again to DK Vine for inviting me to do this. It's been a lot of fun. And until next time, you keep geeking. I'll keep critiquing. Oh, it was kind of weird how the music cut out there at the end. There we go. Alright, thanks for watching.